Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Welcome back to Spanish Lessons with Professor Jason. In today's lesson, what I want to present is something that many of you for a long time now have been requesting, and it has to do with the direct objects and direct object pronouns. So I'm going to introduce what direct objects are and how to use direct object pronouns. All right? I'm going to use the whiteboard again to present this topic. I hope that you find it helpful. All right, so let's begin by talking about what direct objects are before we get to the direct object pronouns, okay? So in a simple sentence, such as, for example, yo contesto el teléfono, okay? Yo contesto el teléfono, I answer the phone. We have a subject, we have a verb, and then we have this direct object, okay? I'll show you another example. How about ella come el taco? Okay, we have again subject, verb, and then a direct object. Okay, so the direct object is usually a noun, well, it's always a noun, that directly receives the action from the verb. It answers the question, what? Okay, what is it that receives the action directly from the verb? Another reason it's called a direct object is that there's nothing intervening here, right? These don't require prepositions or anything like that. They directly follow the verb. Okay, so in these two sentences, el teléfono and el taco are the direct objects. Okay, let's do a couple more examples using some direct objects that are plural. Teléfono, obviously, and el taco are both singular. Here's an example with a plural. Nosotros, plural subject also. Nosotros miramos las películas. In English, we watch the movies. Let me think of another one. Okay, ellos leen los libros. Okay, again, we have, in both cases, we have a subject pronoun, a main verb, then we have our direct objects. Okay, los libros y las películas, the nouns that are directly receiving the action from the verb and answering our question, what? What receives the action from the verb? Okay, keep in mind that direct objects can also be people. For example, I called Juan, right? Yo llamé a Juan. Okay, so our direct object can be a verb. We have subject, verb, direct object. Okay, and in Spanish, when your direct object is a definite person, they insert the a. It's called an a personal. Yo llamé a Juan. Okay, so our direct objects can be singular nouns, plural nouns. They can be masculine, los libros, feminine, las películas, and they can be people. Llamé a Juan. Conocí a José. Okay, now let's talk quickly about direct object pronouns. Direct object pronouns are shortened forms that substitute for the longer forms, the actual nouns, okay? So they often come up when we need to answer a question. So let's think of some questions related to the statements that we just saw. For example, if I want to ask, who answers the phone? ¿Quién contesta el teléfono? ¿Quién contesta el teléfono? Okay? And then the answer is going to be, I answer it. I could say, yo lo contesto. Okay? Lo is our direct object pronoun. It's derived from el teléfono, and it reflects the fact that el teléfono is singular and masculine. So we have lo. Okay? If I wanted to say, for example, answer the question, ¿quién mira las películas? ¿Quién mira las películas? Well, notice now we have something that's plural and feminine, Okay, our direct object pronoun is going to be las. Okay, and an answer might be, we are watching them. Nosotros las miramos. Nosotros las miramos. Okay. Another thing to notice now is that in comparison to the question and the statement forms where we have the entire direct object spelled out, el teléfono, las películas, our direct object pronouns are coming before the conjugated verb. Yo lo contesto, nosotros las miramos. Let's give one more example of this. Who's reading the books? ¿Quién lee los libros? ¿Quién lee los libros? Again, notice that los libros is masculine this time and plural, so our direct object pronoun is going to be los. Okay, and we would say they are reading them. Ellos los, we're going to insert it before the conjugated verb, los leen. Oops. Okay, ellos los leen. Okay. If our direct object pronoun had been something that was singular and feminine, right? Like, who's watching the movie? If we change this to a singular, la película, okay? ¿Quién mira la película? Then our direct object pronoun would just be la. ¿Quién mira la película? Nosotros la miramos, and we're talking about just one. We can illustrate that with a question about a person, okay? A question about a person. Let's say, for example, somebody asked, ¿Quién conoce, to know, ¿Quién conoce a María? Who knows María? Okay? And so if I know her, I can say, Yo la conozco. Yo la conozco. Okay? Because María is singular and feminine, okay? And I'm going to place it before the conjugated verb. Yo la conozco. Okay? So just to recap, direct objects are the nouns that come directly after verbs in simple sentences like this. Okay? And we're going to use direct object pronouns when we can say it or them in English, for example. I answer it, yo lo contesto, right? Or her in the case of a person, or him, ¿Quién conoce a María? Yo la conozco. Okay? Many times we'll see the full direct object in the question or in a statement, but in the answer, when we know who that refers to or what that refers to, we're going to use the direct object pronoun. ¿Quién contesta el teléfono? Yo lo contesto. ¿Quién mira la película? Nosotros la miramos. Who knows María? ¿Quién conoce a María? Yo la conozco. Okay? And then remember also that the direct object pronouns come before the conjugated verb. Okay? Yo la conozco. So that's a little bit of a note about placement. Okay? So I hope that you found this lesson helpful on the introduction to direct objects and direct object pronouns. I look forward to your feedback. This has been Professor Jason.